Good morning, everyone. I'm Nikki Stanzione.
I'm Kristin Van Dyke.
And this is New Mexico Style, and it's Friday.
Yep, Veterans Day. It's a holiday.
TGIF. Yeah, Veterans Day, a very special day, a day that we want so much to thank our military men and women for their service, the true heroes of our country. Absolutely.
Right. And there's lots of going on, of course, for Veterans Day, and we're going to talk about those coming up in just a little bit. But another big story this morning, actually, after 2 weeks after the popular radio show host Tony Lynn and Miles were kicked off the air, another radio legend hanging up the microphone now.
I know, so shocking. Rock jock TJ Trout announced he's retiring next month. News 13's David Romero spoke with TJ Trout earlier this morning.
For over 25 years, many listeners have tuned into 94 Rock every morning and heard this man here, and it's going to be a shock to them to hear that he is retiring after that amount of time. We are joined by Mr. TJ Trout from 94 Rock. TJ, it's, of course, your decision, and you said it's time, right?
Yeah, it's my decision, but I don't care about that. Hey, how come you've never had me on your show before? You know, how long have you been on the air now, and I've never been on your show? I mean, what's up with that? You know, look, #1, we got the #1 radio station in the town. Never been on your show. What is wrong with that?
See, New Mexico Style was just a little bit too late, but TJ, right now, you know, you've seen a lot in 25 years. What are you going to miss most?
I miss the people. I mean, you know, we've had listeners that have hung the entire 25 years. I mean, that's incredible. Maybe misguided, but it's incredible. So all you guys who have listened to 94 Rock, the morning show, for all these years, thank you very much for listening. Really appreciate the loyalty. And I want you all to look forward to Swami and Rain Man and Skylar for carrying on the morning show.
What? This is my responsibility now?
Yeah.
Fine!
That's the face of radio after today, right?
You saw that. That's what you got to look forward to.
And, of course, we talked about this earlier this morning, TJ, you know, getting up at 3:45, not really the most fun of things you've had to do in the last 25 years, but what are you going to do now?
No, what am I going to do? I'm going to sleep. I'm going to fish, I'm going to sleep some more, and I'm going to do probably absolutely nothing for about a year. One more time, let me just make this clear. I was not fired. This is not a downsizing. They didn't let my contract run out. This is my decision, and I've been thinking about this for a long time. It has nothing to do with any corporate stuff that's going on. This is what I wanted to do. So there you go.
Truly an honor and a pleasure. Thanks for everything, TJ. Best of luck to you. And back to you guys.
Oh, now I feel bad that he wasn't on our show.
Well, no, but he's still going to be on. He's got a few more weeks, so, maybe we can get him on if he's nice to us. Because you know how he can be. I've had a personal experience with him. He talks about us starting rumors about him. Well, let's talk about the rumor he started about me during Dancing with the Stars.
What
a certain
was it?
picture.
What was
he was trying to say that I was naked. He was saying, oh,
she wasn't. I was there.
I was not naked. I was wearing.
She did have a wardrobe malfunction.
It wasn't even that. It was in a practice. We were warming up, and it was like those little warm-up pants that you have. They're gray. It was a black and white picture.
Yeah.
So he took it and said, TJ Trout is where he goes, you know?
Oh, my God.
So, but yeah, a lot of people are going to miss him. Big show, you know?
But I'm really glad that he cleared up the fact that this was his decision, which means that he's really going to be doing exactly what he wants to be doing. So we wish him so much luck.
He left us with a little bit of a tease. He said that's what he's going to be doing for a year, but after that, he may pop back up again. So we'll have to wait and see on that one.
That's a good thought. Maybe he'll pop up on our show one day. You never know. Maybe he'll cook us something good. In the meantime, what's cooking outside?
It's a little cloudy out there, but chilly, but it'll be a little warmer later on today. 35 degrees right now. Winds are light out of the east at 3 miles per hour. Winds will be light today. If you're headed out to the parade, still got a little time to get out there. Grab the jackets. 38 degrees this morning. We'll climb into the 40s as you head out to lunch today. Then this afternoon, a little warmer than yesterday. 55 for the high here in Albuquerque. 40s to the north, 60s and 70s out across the east and the southeast. Look at all the cloud cover showing up on the radar. These are high clouds, so milky skies for us, but we won't get any rain or snow today. Tomorrow, get ready for the wind. 60-mile-per-hour gusts in the mountains here. We could be looking at 40, 45-mile-per-hour winds and then even stronger winds out east. So your forecast for the metro today, 55 downtown, 58 in Los Lunas. Chilly start out there, not too bad this afternoon with increasing cloud cover, and we'll take a look at that 7-day coming up.
I don't like the wind. No. You know, it's like my least favorite thing. Okay, so in the meantime, let's check in with KRQE News 13 anchor Elizabeth Alvarez for today's headlines. Good morning, Elizabeth.
Good morning, Nikki. I don't like the wind either. That's why I always have a big bottle of hairspray with me.
Right, me too.
Yeah, all right. Well, let's get to this morning's news headlines. Listen, if you like to shop on Black Friday and get those incredible deals, listen up. This year, Black Friday is starting on Thursday for some. Walmart is now joining a long list of national retailers opening their doors on Thanksgiving night. But Walmart is upping the ante. Instead of opening at midnight, they'll kick off their Black Friday deal at 10 p.m. on Thanksgiving. It is the earliest open ever as retailers usher in the holiday season. Would you like some juice with that coffee in the morning? It looks like Starbucks is now getting into the juice business. The coffee company just bought Evolution Fresh for $30 million. Starbucks says it wants to break into the health and wellness market. The CEO says he plans to sell Evolution Fresh in Starbucks stores and also start up a separate chain. This purchase could put Starbucks in direct competition with the smoothie company Jamba Juice. All right, do you smoke but want to quit and are just having trouble doing so? You're not alone. The Centers for Disease Control says about 70% of people who smoke would love to kick the habit, but less than half of them actually get counseling from a health professional. Less than a third use counseling and medicine. The CDC says if you get treated the right way, it can double, even triple your rate of you stopping smoking for good. A daring rescue in the chilly waters of San Francisco to tell you about last night, all because a man wanted to save his dog. Watch this. It happened off of the Bay Bridge in San Francisco. The dog somehow got into the cold water, so the man went in after him and ended up treading the water for more than 15 minutes. At one point, the man was even under the pier. He then climbed up a rescue ladder and got the pup out too. They are both okay, as you can imagine. We're very, very cold. And it's another dog rescue in California of a different sort. A little pooch in Sacramento got its little paw stuck in a shower drain. Look at him. This is little Lulu. Little Lulu was getting a shower from her owner when her foot began to slip backwards. I know. It got jammed inside the drain. So the owner quickly called the fire department and a vet for help. Lulu was eventually freed from her paw predicament. Look at her there. Oh. That's a touching one, right? Good thing Lulu's okay. All right, that wraps it up for your morning headlines. Don't forget to start your day every morning with Matt Morrow, Kristin, and myself on KRQE News 13 from 5 to 7 a.m. Ladies, back to you.
Thanks, Elizabeth.
Thanks.
Oh, that poor little Lulu.
I'm glad there was a happy ending to that story.
There
Poor thing.
was, I know. Well, you know, talking about dogs, this could be the most misunderstood breed of dog, and fans of pit bulls are hoping to change public perceptions.
Right. Advocacy groups say the breed is unfairly painted as vicious and unstable, which is why animal shelters are overpopulated with these pups that need love too.
25 to 30% of the dogs in the shelter are pit bull mixed dogs, and sadly they do. They are the most euthanized. I mean, they're the largest breed of dog that there is in the shelter.
This is Pinto. He's a 5-year-old American Pit Bull Terrier. He was at the shelter. He's been in and out of the shelter 8 times. He's just a really, really good dog, real sweetheart, good on a leash, very obedient, great with other dogs, great around kids. They just, like any dog you see on the street, they just want to be loved. They just want to get home. And the pit bulls I've owned, they've all been great dogs.
I never thought I would have pit bulls. I never, you know, I kind of fell into all the hype and stuff about them too. Now I don't think I'll own anything but.
Really?
They're fabulous.
Paws and Stripes is a nonprofit organization that provides service dogs to our disabled veterans coming back from combat who are diagnosed with PTSD and a traumatic brain injury. We provide those service dogs to our veterans at no cost, and the really cool part about our program is that we utilize rescue dogs from our local shelters like City of Albuquerque, and those are our dogs that become service dogs. From seeing it firsthand, really remarkable on how the pit bull breed actually does work very well as a service dog.
The event we're going to be having on November 19th is going to be called Pit Bull Awareness Pet Adoption. We want people to be aware of the discrimination on, or let's even say people being misled about pit bulls. They're not a guard dog, they're a companion for anybody that's willing to adopt them and show them that love.
You know, we've changed stigmas across the world, you know, for years. You know, it's about time we start changing the stigma on pits.
That was fun to watch, and of course we are back now with Kenny Hatchett, our photojournalist, and the man who makes it all come together every day on the show. So Kenny, who have you brought with you today?
Believe it or not, ladies, this is Brad Pitt.
Oh,
And he is handsome too.
Brad Pitt kissed me this morning. I just want to say that, just for the record. Just for the record.
He's 2 years old. He is Brad Pitt, so he's a celebrity. Been at the shelter since mid-September. Found him as a stray. He's great with people, other dogs.
Is he?
He's He's a great dog. He's a really great dog.
He's only 2, huh?
He's only 2, yeah. He's a little
so young.
little skinny. They've got him on double rations at the shelter.
Aww. But he gets along with other.
Yeah, I mean, let's see the dog. Can you move behind him and pull him up here a little bit? There
Hey,
you go.
Brad Pitt.
There we go.
Hey, Brad Pitt. Where's Angelina?
There's Angelina's still hanging out in my edit bay.
You know, you had a pit bull last week, and he seemed, right, was it a pit bull?
Yeah, it was a pit bull, yes.
He seems a lot more calm.
Yes, this one's a lot more calm. The other one was adopted, and we're hoping that this one will as well be adopted, yes.
So great. Again, the success rate continues as every time we have a wonderful dog on the show, somebody wants to be a part of the family.
Let's get Brad adopted and remind everybody where you can go to do that. The Eastside Animal Shelter is located where, Kenny?
It's 8920 Lomas. Call 235-6060.
Bye, Brad Pitt. Bye, Kenny. Aww. I never thought I'd say that Brad Pitt kissed me. I mean, this is like a special moment for me.
He licked you.
He did. He licked it. Even better. Wow. Oh, it's Friday. The Albuquerque Veterans Day Parade, by the way, begins in about an hour. I'm trying to get serious now. At Bullhead Park on South San Pedro, and it ends at the New Mexico Veterans Memorial, which honors those who protect our nation.
Yeah, Albuquerque resident Bob Scott is president of Sons and Daughters of Pearl Harbor Survivors and a volunteer at the memorial. He says it's something that should not be missed.
If you live in Albuquerque or anywhere around Albuquerque, you need to go see it. I go there once a month and volunteer, and virtually every time I'm there, somebody comes in from out of state and tells us that we have, if not the finest, one of the finest veterans memorials in the country. And one thing I'll mention, they got a new exhibit there, a new monument for Buffalo soldiers.
Bob's father, Lawrence Scott, was a Marine stationed at Pearl Harbor, and Bob remembered that fateful day.
Yeah.
The story about my father and mother is they were outside, and I looked up and saw the planes coming, and my mother commented on it, and my father says, well, we don't maneuver on Sunday, we're at war. And he rushed off to go to his anti-aircraft gun, but before he did, he went in and shaved, which I always thought was an interesting story, because you never see that in the movies. You see Ben Affleck jump in the Jeep and goes roaring off, and apparently he shaved and got dressed in his uniform before he went off to fight in Pearl Harbor. He was in the Marine Corps for 30 years, and his only combat he ever saw in 30 years in the Marine Corps was that 1 hour.
Wow. Oh my goodness, isn't it amazing to hear these stories firsthand? And here's something really interesting. There are only 4 Pearl Harbor survivors living in New Mexico, and we actually are talking to them on December 7th, so you won't want to miss that. Meantime, the Veterans Memorial is located at 1100 Louisiana Boulevard Southeast near the Gibson Gate to Kirtland Air Force Base. And the tribute actually begins at 10 with a musical prelude by the Dukes of Albuquerque, and the ceremony will actually begin officially at 11 o'clock. So really special. I love here, like I said, the first-hand stories are the ones that touch us the most. And
they are.
I just can't believe there's only 4 survivors left here.
I know, and that's what, you know, as time moves on, you get further and further away, and then you have to get the stories almost second-hand, third-hand, and so we need to get the stories while they're still around now.
Absolutely.
You know?
And in honor of Veterans Day today, here are 2 ceremonies that you can actually attend this morning. First, in Rio Rancho, the ceremony will start at 11 o'clock at Rio Rancho Veterans Monument Park. The ceremony will feature several guest speakers, including Mayor Tom Swistak.
And right here in Albuquerque, the parade will start at 9 a.m., so you still got a little time to get to Bullhead Park. It will end at the New Mexico Veterans Memorial Park.
Yes, and we want to say a happy birthday to the few, the proud, the Marines. Yesterday, the United States Marine Corps celebrated its 236th birthday, and they had their cake and ate it too.
Yep.
Take a look at this.
Here in Albuquerque, Marine veterans, Marine recruiters, and the Delta Company 4th Reconnaissance Battalion cut their cake at the Hispano Chamber of Commerce. Major Brian Sillison said it was a proud day for the Marines.
To be a Marine is a very personal thing. First and foremost, we join the Marine Corps because we want to be a part of something better than ourselves, greater than what we could possibly ever be. We're attracted to the fact that we're an elite force, that we're highly sought after, probably the finest fighting force the world has ever known. So we aspire to be part of that. And with that comes a certain type of person who is selfless and committed to their country and their Corps and their family.
Oh, I love that. And I didn't know this, but on November 10th, 1775, the first 2 Marine battalions were created by the Continental Congress when the country was still under British rule. Didn't know that.
Major Sillison asked that New Mexicans thank Marines for their service to the country and that their families be recognized for their unwavering support.
What's most important, I think, in the day of the Marine Corps birthday and our Veterans Day celebrations is that we say thank you to a veteran. We also say thank you to a spouse and his family and his children, because they have to endure just as the Marine does or just as the veteran does. So I would really appreciate if we could pass that along to tell people, hey, don't just thank the veteran, thank the spouse and the family that supports that veteran. And that's what really keeps our country strong.
No doubt. Wow. I mean, you think about the children whose parents are away. You think about husbands and wives. So absolutely, the families. We send our thanks to you for sure. So really special. I'm so touched by it because it's just, I mean, really everything that we have and everything we can do, we have to thank the people that provide the service for us to our country to allow it to happen in the first place. So thank you.
Yeah, thank you. And of course, the parade starts in just a little bit, a little more than half an hour now.
So
and
how should people dress?
You still want to wear the coats. It's still pretty chilly out there. It's